Now let's bring you a daily segment on the US election. 6 days to go, early voting continues at a historic pace. And I'm not using that word lightly. It is historic. Last we checked, early voting had topped 70 million, 70 million Americans have already voted in this election. That is more than half the total early voting turnout in the last election. Nearly 240 million Americans are eligible to vote this time. Almost one-third of them have voted already. What does this show? It's a sign of how intense the Biden-Trump contest is. It's also a sign of how most Americans do not want to risk exposure to the Wuhan virus. But do most Americans want to change their vote? Donald Trump says they do. He says most Americans want to change their vote to him. After watching the final presidential debate, allow me to quote from his tweet. Strongly trending since immediately after the second debate is, can I change my vote? This refers to changing it to me. The answer in most states is yes. Go do it. Most important election of your life, says the president. After advising people to vote twice, he now wants them to change their preference and vote again. Is there even such an option? In America, yes, there is, but not in most states, as the president suggests. Only a few provide this option. Here's how it works. The states of Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Alaska, and some counties in Connecticut allow voters to change their absentee ballot. In the state of New York, there is no specific provision to correct your vote. Voters who have returned their absentee ballot can still vote in person on election day, but only the in-person vote will then be counted. Everywhere else, once a vote is cast, it cannot be changed. So now to the second big question. Do Americans really want to change their vote? Donald Trump says some recent Google trends suggest that they do. He says the topic was trending on Google after the final debate. So we decided to look at Google's top trending searches, and Trump's claim for once does hold up, to some extent at least. There has been a spike in searches that ask, can I change my vote in the last 2 weeks? But there's no way to know whether the spike is related either to the debate or to the fact that most people want to change their vote to Donald Trump. Suffice to say, Trump exaggerated. Meanwhile, the shooting of a 27-year-old African-American in Philadelphia has drawn fresh attention to police brutality in the U.S. The entire incident has been caught on camera. The victim, Walter Wallace, was seen holding a knife in the encounter. The police say that they shot him because he refused to drop the weapon. The protesters say this was yet another act of racism and high-handedness of the American police. America has gone back to a state it was in a few months back. There's violence, arson and loot. The U.S. National Guard has been called in as Philadelphia braces for further unrest. 6 days to go for the presidential election. This is what the U.S. looks like. America is as divided as it ever was.
And it's going to take all of clergy, all of our young people, all of our neighbors to say, we're not going to take this. We demand answers. Answers. This mother demands answers from the police department. She demands answers from the district attorney's office. And she should be able to have justice.
Thank you for watching Gravitas on WION's YouTube channel. If you want to stay up to date with what's happening around the world, then subscribe to our channel and don't forget to like and share. Thank you very much for watching WION. World is One.